General Vang Pao was laid to rest today in Southern California. After a 6-day funeral in Fresno, his family decided to have him buried at Forest Lawn Cemetery in Glendale. The move is a disappointment to those who wanted the general's wartime service honored with a burial at Arlington National Cemetery. Action News reporter Gene Hageson joins us now live from the newsroom with more about the final day of the general's funeral and the controversy over his burial. Gene?
Warren, the funeral came to an emotional ending this morning. Many of the thousands of mourners who came from around the world are now on their way home, but many went on to Southern California for the burial service. The Fresno Convention Center remained packed with mourners overnight, the crowd sitting this morning only after the casket containing General Vang Pao was loaded into a hearse, leading a long funeral procession to Southern California. Sonia Yang is one of those who stayed behind to help clean up after the 6-day ceremony. She was disappointed the general would not be honored with a burial at Arlington National Cemetery.
Of course, we were all trying very hard, but unfortunately it didn't come out.
On Tuesday, the late general's wife and youngest son, through their congressman, made a last-minute appeal to President Obama. But with no word from the White House, the family decided a burial must go forward. An Arlington burial was supported by many veterans like Steve Doakes, who heads the Fresno chapter of the Vietnam Veterans of America.
I personally feel that he ought to be authorized to go to Arlington. I think a lot of the folks that say no probably don't know much about the war.
Veteran Bob Lindamood started an internet campaign for veterans to offer to give up their place at Arlington for the general.
There are a lot of veterans, myself included, give up my place at Arlington. He could have my place.
But according to cemetery rules, while any qualified veteran can be interred at Arlington, there are no assigned plots.
The funeral home makes all the arrangements to get you there, and then once you arrive, they put you in the next plot that comes available. You don't really get a spot on your own. But,
you can't make reservations.
You can't make reservations, no.
Issue and some believe Forest Lawn was a better choice.
I feel like maybe he doesn't want to leave California because California is the best weather.
Well, one question is, if the president ultimately decides to allow a burial at Arlington, would the family want to move him? Well, a source close to the family told us that would be up to their spiritual advisors to decide, but noted the Forest Lawn burial was a beautiful event on a beautiful day, and it might be best to leave the general to rest in peace. In the newsroom, Gene Hageson, ABC 30 Action News.